Well, Stephen Lee doesn't look right to me, and I think that's reflected in the scoreline so far. 2-0 to Steve Maguire, who's played well, but certainly not outstanding stuff so far. He did have that 76 in the first frame. Won the last one in a couple of 3 visits. So, Maguire on top here. First to 6, remember, to reach the final. And there's all sorts of things can go wrong when snooker players travel. Jet lag is an obvious one. You eat the wrong thing, and there's all these little factors that you can't always see coming before a match. I'm not saying any of that's happened, but he doesn't quite look right yet. That's all right though. That's more like it.
Well, what a shot! What a shot that was. He knew he was going to skim off that pack of reds, and that was a great shot to take on. But he's got to develop something. This isn't still straightforward yet. Maybe if he went into them with lots of topspin on the cue ball. Well, there's the topspin, but hasn't been fortunate.
8.
Just didn't get that cue ball to turn quick enough. Caught them a little bit thinner instead of thicker.
Stephen Lee, 8.
So from that great red, he makes 8. Could have been a frame winner.
That's the view Steve Maguire has.
Yes, forced into taking that red on. Yes, and he's left a couple of reds on here for Stephen Lee, but neither red is guaranteed. Those type of shots where, when you are struggling, they are missable. Yeah. And as David said earlier, he's just not right. He needs a nice, easy chance, because each time he misses one of them, it robs him of more confidence.
That's why it's so important for Maguire to take advantage while he can, because this might not last.
Well, Steve Maguire comes to the table and look at the balls. All in easy places now. And that's what Stephen Lee wanted. Had he got that red, he would have had his chance.
8.
Maguire's 16th world ranking event semi-final. He's won 4 ranking titles, but the last one 4 years ago
9.
seems too long for a man of his ability, but of course there's so many talented players around, and the last few years it's changed now, but there weren't that many tournaments, and you just got on a bad run. It's very difficult to get out of it. Stephen Lee can tell you that. He dropped out the top 16. Maguire's been
16.
pretty much ever present in the top 8 without quite winning the big tournaments.
Just enough right hand side on the cue ball to get the right side of the blue.
$22.
When this tournament was first held 13 years ago, 1999 in Shanghai. All 4 semi-finalists were Scottish. Stephen Hendry, John Higgins, Alan McManus and Billy Snadden, who in fact reached the final, lost out to Higgins. It's amazing to think Scotland, although they had good professionals, they didn't have really any world-beating professionals until a certain Stephen Hendry came along in the mid-80s. Of course, Walter Donaldson in the post-war years was world champion, when I'm talking about the modern era.
31.
Lots of reverse side there, left hand side on the cue ball to create the angle to come for these reds. Gave himself a choice of 3 reds there.
That's some great characters, some of those Scottish pros. Eddie Sinclair once took on Bill Werbeneck in a drinking contest. There's only going to be one winner of that, wasn't there? Oh, he's missed it.
What a surprising miss. And look at the knuckles on the table there. Got to be very careful. Well, it was, for me, it was perfect on the red who first approached the 2 reds together. But he wasn't sure whether it went into the corner pocket. Well, it has to go. It's below the other red. In fact, Stephen Lee's taking it on. Well, that's a great shot. At that speed, slow drag. Now this is his chance. Although, albeit there's 2 safe-ish reds on the black cushion. And I think he needs this frame badly for his own confidence.
Yes, it might just spark him into life, because he's looked flat so far.
Taking one of the difficult reds straight away.
8.
Hasn't got on either of them as he would have liked. A little straight on the one to the left corner, and a little too close to the one to the right corner.
Nine.
Hence, not good position on the black. But if he can play the cannon to the red above the black, the one nearest the pink spot, he missed the red, and he's out of position.
16.
Can't believe he missed both of them. If he catches the red nearest the pink spot, he's on the red into the left corner. If he catches the other one, he's on the red to the right corner. And now he's got to pull out this really thin cut. Difficult shot. But well played. Now that was like the Stephen Lee we've come to know again. Great recovery with the rest.
Important visit this for Lee. If he can win this frame, as we said, it might just kick-start him in this match. If he loses it, well, you've got to wonder if he can win the match.
Well, there was a good sign there, David, wasn't it? That was a good recovery shot, and now he's back in prime position.
22.
With just one dodgy red. And this will hurt Stephen Maguire. You saw what it meant to him when he missed that red in the middle. Nearly broke his knuckles on the table there.
Just going back to that drinking contest I mentioned, Joe. Apparently, I was told Eddie Sinclair and Bill Urbanek, it went to a lot of pints, over 30, and Bill was declared the winner when Eddie couldn't basically stand up. And then Bill went to the bar for a social drink.
Well, Stephen Lee's upset now with the photographers. Somebody, he's just waved his hands in the air there. What do we got to do, he says. Yeah, you could drink, Eddie Sinclair, and having a word with the gentleman in question.
Well, he's been identified as the culprit, whether he is or not. Well, what they can do is throw him out, frankly. If he can't keep still, he can have to go. Simple as that.
I think they should put him in the stocks.
Old style punishment. Well, it's important, of course, that Lee is allowed to concentrate here. That's such a vital moment in the match for him.
It is, and already his concentration's been disturbed, hasn't it?
$37. $38.
Well,
excuse me.
It's might come down to the crunch now, I think, with I think Jan's saying thank you very much and good night to them.
Still in his mind, though.
$45. $46.
Yes, he's going to need that bad red on the cushion. And may well play for it here. Because this isn't easy either. Hasn't quite got on it
53.
as he would have liked. Nicely played, perfectly on the blue. Just needs to miss the black on the left hand side. That's as good as he could have
59.
got. Just needs the red. That's a good red to clinch the frame. That was a real pressure ball, that one, because the balls were there for the taking.
Well, Maguire missed that red to the middle when he looked to be ideally placed to lead 3-0. Stephen Lee at that point looked flat. He looked out of it completely.
67.
Frame. And the frame. Turning point early on, maybe. Stephen Maguire was in early control of this semi-final, but that misread has turned things around, and Stephen Lee's 67 gets him on the scoreboard. So 2-1, early stages of this semi-final. We're back.